It has been a long time. It has been a long time since we've seen a new Demolition model. And here we have one. As you can see from the box, it's a Komatsu machine. It's the PC1250-11. The graphic on the box shows the Demolition tool. And if we flip the box over and take a look underneath, we can see that the model is engineered by NZG. There's no information on the box about the real machine, but let's open it up and get the model out. As you can see, there are expanded polystyrene trays and are a bit of a tight fit in the box. But we're not going to be beaten, it's going to come out, and just to punish it, we use a knife to cut the tape. There's the model sitting in the tray and it's well protected. There's a mixture of soft paper and various bits of foam to protect the model during shipping. So the giant hand crane goes to work and out comes the model. And there's also an extra tool and a bag containing some spare track links. There is some other packaging to remove from the model, including this use of cling film on the crawler tracks. It's a bit messy and its job is to prevent the track hook links separating during shipping. Masking tape is used to keep some pins in place during shipping. Out of the box there was a broken track link, so it's a good job that spares are provided. No assembly complete out of box. Starting underneath we have delicate metal tracks, and there's bolt hole detailing in the links. It's nice to see there is some detailing both on the undercarriage and the body, and there's the NZG logo, and the model number is 999, which is the number for the base model. Looking at the track frames you can see working rollers on the top, and there is detail within the track frame castings. There's also a step and access ladder. The modelling of the cab is very good. There's a beacon light and lights on the roof, and there's also a protection grille. There's a grille on the front of the cab and both it and the mirror are plastic. Looking in through the well-formed windows, you can see some nice detailing inside the cab. One interesting detail is the mesh floor on the walkway outside the cab, which is a very delicate detail. All of the handrails on the model are metal. The counterweight is formed with a nice shape and there are very sharp graphics at the back. The lifting eyes are properly formed, and other details include work lights and a whole set of video cameras. The metal engine cover on top has got plastic exhausts, and there are also plastic air cleaners. On the side of the model the grills are properly formed in metal, and if we look down at the top of the model we see some high quality detailing. There are silvered highlights and plenty of hydraulic lines, and all of the various stepping surfaces are highlighted in black. There are many hydraulic lines running up the back of the boom, and they're all made of soft material, and that includes hoses running to the hydraulic rams. Some of the hydraulics are differentiated in black, presumably to indicate hoses, and the quality of the graphics on the model is excellent. The stick has a couple of hydraulic rams controlling the tool, and the colour match of the plastic ram jackets is very close to the metal. One of the tools is this metal tooth, and it looks suitably fearsome. Also included is another tool, and this hydraulic crusher is a heavy duty piece. The crawler tracks on the model are quite stiff, but you can carefully rotate them by hand. But it's best to be careful and treat them with respect. Looking at the crawler track right side up, then you can see that the tracks do rotate in a true manner. And if you look carefully you can see that the top rollers are moving, but there are no working rollers on the bottom of the frame. Next we move on to checking the rotation of the machine. And this is quite a large and heavy model, and it's smooth enough. There is some initial stickiness, but that soon goes when you rotate the model a few times. And overall it's menacing to swing that big sharp tooth around. Next thing to look at is the access stair, which gets you up into the machine. And it's controlled by a hydraulic ram with some nice stiffness. There's another working feature on the body, which is an opening access door. And the hinge on it is really good because it opens almost to 180 degrees. Of course, when the machine is working, the access stair is retracted into the up position. For the boom and stick, we start with them raised in the highest position, and we'll lower it down so that that big tooth is touching the ground. The main boom hydraulic ram is stiff, but it's smooth enough and will hold any pose. And the ram that controls the stick is even stiffer. As always, when you move the boom and stick on these bigger models, you have to be careful how you hold them so that you don't break off any delicate parts. The range of movement on the stick seems good, and that's also true of the tool. And as you can see, the twin rams that control it can be fully extended. A nice feature of this Demolition model is that you can change the tool. So let's go and disconnect the big tooth, and it's held in place by 2 steel pins. They are easy to remove, and then we can offer up the big crusher, and that gets fixed just by putting back the 2 big steel pins. Getting them in though is not quite as easy as getting them out because you have to line up the parts. So let's get our service engineer to try again, and let's see if he can do it this time. Well, we seem to be making a bit of progress at last. And perhaps one thing that's missing in terms of detail is any hydraulic connections. But perhaps if there were any, maybe our service engineer couldn't quite handle it. Once it's all connected up, we're ready to go. And the functionality of the crusher is very good because you can rotate it, and the jaws can be opened and closed. It has been a long wait for a new Demolition model, and this big Komatsu from NZG Models is impressive looking. It's a high quality heavy model, and it's got very nice detailing and functionality. It is a high price, but overall it's a good looking solid model, and it is rated as excellent.